Everybody, and welcome to another episode of Sports with Monga, and we are back with another video, but this time the North London derby that just happened, and it has ended with a very familiar scoreline of Arsenal beating Tottenham Hotspurs at the Tottenham Hotspurs home ground, 1-0. Gabriel, the defender, heading in the goal in the second half of the match, but that was enough for the game to be done and dusted. 64-minute goal from Gabriel. Mikel Arteta's side keeping the dominance open. 4 matches played, 3 matches won, 1 draw, and then the biggest game coming over the next weekend. It is Manchester City versus Arsenal. Arsenal are 10 points with 4 games. Manchester City 12 points with 4 games. They've had a 100% track record thanks to one and only Erling Haaland. He has just been unstoppable, and he is a force of nature to reckon with. Loads to get into, guys. Sports with Monga, 118 subscribers. Thank you for everybody who subscribed to the channel. I hope you will subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and will continue to support me bringing this fan forum or a fan view of the games that I watch over the weekend. I watch a lot of sports. Formula One. We talk about Formula One. We talk about the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the La Liga, Serie A, and even the Liga, and everything that excites around the transfer market window, the news regarding some manager changes. We've had the Nations League as well, tennis overall as well. So there's a load of content all your way for this. So if around the journey, we're getting into the crazy part of the season as well with the Champions League coming over this week. So Champions League preview on your way for you to kind of have a view of that. And then, guys, the big matches all coming to you in my voice. So shorts videos, live videos, some analysis videos as well, reactions, qualifying race reactions, everything coming through your way from the Formula One world, from the Premier League, and from the football world as well. So do help and do get on the journey. Help me get to, the idea is to get to 1 million subscribers, and this is just the beginning. 118 subs. Love your response, love your support. Thank you. I hope you will make me get to 150 by end of this week and Premier League matches. So hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Gabriel, the defender, Gabriel Magalhaes, scoring in the 64th minute for Arsenal from the cross, from the corner. And you know, as a Spurs fan, I'm thinking, as a Spurs fan, how would you be thinking about this game, given the fact that Ange Postecoglou, what more can you do? Like, if I had told Ange Postecoglou, and if I'm sure Ange Postecoglou knew about it, that Arsenal will be difficult to defend on set pieces. Vicario needs to be brave because Arsenal tend to crowd around the keeper, limiting their movement, and then one player moves past and bam, they score the goal. Saliba, Gabriel, or somebody, Declan Rice in the middle, Odegaard, Saka, or a Havertz. So somebody, one of them will score. But, and you know, you can't do anything as Ange Postecoglou. Like, this is something that in the game, you know, Romero feels that he's been pushed, and that gives a yard to Gabriel to score the goal. But these are the margins that we're playing with now in the Premier League. It's hard to win games. It's harder to maintain a clean sheet, and you need to fight for it. Ange Postecoglou can go home as a proud Spurs manager, hopefully. But it's going to be very interesting to see how the media reacts, because Ange Postecoglou is not having a great season for himself, guys. Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham have lost all their games right now. They're 13th in. They've lost 1. They've lost 2. They've won 1 game. They've drawn 1. 6, and they're like 4 points with 4 points in 4 games. So it's not a big thing. It's, 4 games played, 4 points, 13th on the table. Not something to be proud about. I'm sure Ange Postecoglou will know this and will be his biggest critic himself there. But something to talk about, guys, is first game of the season. Leicester, that was a draw. Everton, they won 4-0. Newcastle, they gave the lead in the last minute, 2-1 on that, and then losing in the North London derby. Spurs fans, Arsenal fans, get in the comments. Let me know, what do you think about this game? How do you think, I want to know, Spurs fan, how do you rate Ange Postecoglou's performance? Who would he have picked up in the middle? Like, who could he have played? Like, he played Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Udogie. That's the best defense that Spurs has. Kulusevski, Maddison, and Bentancur. That's the best midfield that Spurs has. Kane, Solanke, and then Johnson. Okay, Brennan Johnson, not the best. You would have loved to have Richarlison possibly playing, but that's just missing one player, and that's not even a key player in my mind. Get in the comments. Let me know, am I missing who it was the key Spurs player that was missing to be selected for Ange Postecoglou? On the other side, Arsenal fans, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Declan Rice and Odegaard not being in the squad, but still Arsenal getting his results? This, of course, tells me the resilience in this club, the resilience in the back line, the resilience in the signings that they have made and on the bench, with Trossard coming in, Havertz in front still, Saka on the right, Martinelli, Jorginho playing the Declan Rice role with Thomas Partey, Timber, Ben White, Gabriel, and Saliba, and number 1 goalkeeper, the Raya in goal for them. Jesus coming on for Arsenal, Raheem Sterling making a debut for Arsenal in the number 30 shirt. And it was interesting to watch. They had Kvyat Hill, and they had some really young players on the bench, which they didn't kind of test out. But it tells me as Arsenal fans, let me go, what do you think? Like, are you happy with this score? And it kind of tells me that Declan Rice and Odegaard add to the strength. Not that like the team is completely different when they're not in the squad. Of course, it's hard. It's difficult to keep up the pressure with Declan Rice, and what Odegaard provided the team is immense, guys. Get in the comments, Arsenal fans. Hit the subscribe button. You just won the North London derby again. Some statistics and insights from this game. Arsenal have won 6 consecutive Premier League away games for the first time since September 2013, when they won 8 in a row under Arsene Wenger. They've also now won 3 consecutive away North London derbies for the first time since September of 1968. 1988, an absolute dream. 3 times they won away in the North London derby since 1988. That tells you what Mikel Arteta is doing. Arsenal have won half of their Premier League away games against Tottenham since Mikel Arteta. Under Mikel Arteta, Spurs have won just 4 points in the Premier League so far this season, their fewest through their opening 4 matches of a campaign since 2015 and 16. So Ange Postecoglou is definitely not kind of doing himself a favor with these results. But it's also, you have to understand that you have, like, I'm thinking of Tottenham Hotspurs, I'm thinking of Ange Postecoglou. What else can you do? Of course, you've not been scoring goals. Solanke has not been scoring goals. But then I really could never feel that they were troubling Arsenal. They were crowding them. They were playing more attacking, and Arsenal had to play on the counter. But then everybody knew that this is what they would do. They have Martinelli for that. That's why they have Saka on the right. They have Martinelli on the left. And that's how they play every time. So I was really surprised of what else was Ange Postecoglou possibly suspecting or like expecting in this game. I think it was a clear idea of Mikel Arteta to sit back, wait for them to press, catch them, and get the goal. And I think, of course, free kicks and set pieces is another way to get a goal. And I think that's what kind of gets them moving. But Mikel Arteta. I want to talk about Mikel Arteta for a couple of seconds, guys. Of course, he's going to face the biggest match of his career again in the next weekend when Arsenal plays Manchester City. Mikel Arteta has not won a trophy for a while for Arsenal. Are Arsenal fans happy and giving him like a free rein? To what point? Till what point can Arteta continue with the way he's doing without winning a trophy? Everybody is questioning Eric Ten Hag, but Ten Hag keeps winning trophies. At least he won last year. Arsenal gave Manchester City a fight, but they have not won a trophy. I really want to get in the meat of it. As Arsenal fans, I'm wearing an Arsenal jersey because I really like the way you play, but I want to understand how much time do you want to give Mikel Arteta before he wins you silverware? Get in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. North London derby is for Arsenal this year. That's what he does. Gabriel was pumped after the match, but he made his point. The goal scorer, the winner of the North London derby is Gabriel. He was a man of the match as well and showed why he was meant to be. Absolute madness. Gabriel Magalhaes scored the decisive goal as Arsenal got back to winning ways with a 1-0 victory over Tottenham Hotspurs on Tottenham Hotspurs. The defender netted the only goal at of the contest after 64 minutes, punishing Spurs for a lapse of concentration from the corner. The hosts had better chances in the first half, but were thwarted by David Raya save and some disappointing misses. Despite Spurs search for a late equaliser, Arsenal were able to hold out and maintain their unbeaten start to the Premier League season. Mikel Arteta side are up to the second with 10 points, while Spurs on 13, suffering the second defeat of the campaign. That's all, folks. Hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed this content. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button, to hit the bell icon for more content coming your way. Thanks for enjoying the content. Hit the subscribe button. Hope you like the video, and I catch you in the next one. Subscribe. Peace.